Hello everyone, welcome to week 10 of our course. Today we explore one of the most urgent and complex challenges shaping education in the 21st century, sustainability. We live in a VUCA world, a term coined to describe the volatility, uncertainty, complexity, and ambiguity of today's global systems. In such a context, education is not just about transferring knowledge. It's about preparing learners to navigate uncertainty with resilience, ethics, and creativity. By the end of this lecture, you will understand how Target 2030 connects to education as both a global responsibility and a local action plan. Sustainability is not just about environmental protection. In education, it refers to the ability to promote economic, social, and ecological balance for present and future generations. According to UNESCO, 2021, Education for Sustainable Development empowers learners to make informed decisions that promote environmental integrity, economic viability, and a just society. Thus, sustainability in education is about transforming mindsets, values, and actions toward a more equitable and adaptive world. Essential skills in a VUCA environment. The 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development, adopted by all UN member states in 2015, set out 17 interconnected goals. Among them, SDG 4, Quality Education, stands at the heart of all others. It aims to ensure inclusive and equitable quality education and promote lifelong learning opportunities for all. Education is not only a goal in itself, but also a driver of all other goals, such as gender equality, health, innovation, and climate action. Let's identify some of the major global drivers influencing sustainable education today. Climate change and environmental crises demand new educational practices. Digital transformation enables innovation for sustainability. Globalization and collaboration connect educators worldwide. Policy frameworks by UNESCO's Education for Sustainable Development for 2030, OECD's Learning Compass, guide strategies. As Cebrian et al. 2022 emphasize, school leadership is a critical driver in translating these global agendas into local school actions. Their study found that principals' engagement and perceptions directly affect how sustainability is embedded into school culture. Villas Institute data further highlights youth perceptions. Nearly 80% of young people across 40+ nationalities see global issues like planetary health, net zero economy, and emerging technologies as very important or absolutely essential to their future. This underscores the urgency for education systems to prepare students to meet real-world sustainability challenges. Education plays a transformative role in achieving sustainable development. Through critical thinking, systems thinking, and participatory learning, students learn to understand the interconnectedness of social, environmental, and economic systems. Teachers become agents of change, cultivating ethical awareness and civic responsibility. Sterling, 2021, emphasizes that sustainability education should move beyond traditional knowledge transmission toward transformative learning, which encourages learners to critically question assumptions and values, promotes a whole system perspective, recognizing the interdependence of ecological, social, and economic systems, develops sustainability mindsets where learners internalize the principles of equity, stewardship, and long-term thinking, fosters action-oriented competencies, enabling students to implement sustainability initiatives in their schools, communities, and future workplaces. Supporting this, Cebrian et al. Show that school principals who treat sustainability as a shared institutional value promote a whole school approach, integrating students, teachers, and communities in joint sustainability actions. Thus, education becomes not only about knowledge, but about shaping values, attitudes, and behaviors that drive societal transformation. Many universities worldwide have adopted whole institution approaches, embedding sustainability in curriculum, research, and campus operations. For example, universities in Finland and Japan have aligned their courses with SDGs, integrating community projects and green campus initiatives. In Kazakhstan, Universities increasingly link sustainability goals to national education reforms and teacher education programs. This demonstrates that higher education has both a local and global responsibility to cultivate sustainability-oriented leaders. Despite global commitment, several barriers remain. Lack of teacher training in education for sustainable development, inequalities in access to education, gaps between policy and practice, insufficient funding and collaboration. Sabrian et al. Highlight that even engaged school leaders face institutional obstacles such as curriculum overload and lack of systemic support. This reveals that sustainability education requires not only individual motivation, but also organizational capacity and professional learning ecosystems. Reaching Target 2030 requires transformative leadership, the capacity to act ethically, think systemically, and innovate under uncertainty. Strategic thinking is essential for educational leadership in VUCA, volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous environments. Leaders must learn to sit comfortably with the uncomfortable, navigating the complexities and challenges of evolving contexts with confidence and insight. In the VUCA context, by Berinato, 2014, educators and leaders must be flexible, forward-thinking, and emotionally intelligent. Project-based learning, global citizenship education, and digital storytelling can empower students to apply sustainability principles to real-world challenges. In conclusion, sustainability is not an abstract goal. It is an urgent educational mission. In our volatile and complex world, education for sustainability equips learners to think critically, act ethically, and lead collaboratively. Achieving Target 2030 requires building not only greener schools, but wiser, more resilient societies. Effective educational leadership in such environments demands a combination of vision, agility, adaptability, resilience, and collaboration. Leader teachers must proactively manage crisis, communicate transparently, and foster a learning-oriented culture within their organizations. Equally important is cultivating a growth mindset, one that emphasizes continuous learning, adaptability, and resilience to guide both staff and students through uncertainty. By embracing these principles, educational leaders can ensure that sustainability is embedded not only in curricula, but also in the values, practices, and culture of their schools, preparing learners to thrive in a rapidly changing world. Thank you for your attention. Here are some references for your further reading. These references represent a combination of research, policy, and practice, and I encourage you to explore them further to deepen your understanding of sustainability, leadership, and innovation in education of the 21st century.